Hey y'all, say y'all, peace and Palo Santo 6. It is your girl Divinely Lika. And today I have a channeled message. Um, you know, as a reader, most of us, we don't necessarily need our cards all the time to channel a message. And if we could sit down here and channel messages and give you all advice, you can only imagine the advice that we get and the messages that we get for ourselves from our spirit team. None of us are perfect. We're all trying to navigate through this life experience the best we can with the tools that we have and the information that we come across. We're all just trying to navigate through it. So, what my spirit guides had told me, and what I believe, I'm almost positive someone else needs to hear, that just because it was the best decision to make for your self respect, in regards to the love that you have for yourself, it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. And I needed to hear that message. It was so crazy how it came to me, but I needed to hear that message, and somebody else needs to hear it too. We're in eclipse season. So with us being in eclipse season, there is a lot of cycles that are officially coming to an end. Okay? Relationships, patterns, jobs, friendships. There are a lot of things. Even closeness, or the relationship that some people have with their family has come to an end. There are people are just things that are no longer serving us is being eclipsed out of our energy. People are finding the inner strength that they have not been able to find for years, or finding for the first time in their life at all, and just in general. So that's what spirit wants somebody to hear, that just because it was the best decision to make, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be easy, and it doesn't mean that it's not gonna hurt like fuck. For a lot of us, a lot of people have closed out karmic cycles with partners, with friendships, and to do it in the beginning, it does feel empowering. On one extent, it does feel very empowering to, finally find that inner strength to say, despite the love that I have for this person, despite the years of friendship, despite the years of love or that I've spent, or love that I've put into this relationship, I'm ultimately choosing the love that I have for myself over this person. And if you're someone like myself who has, effortlessly put the love that I have for someone else over the love that I have for myself and the respect that I have for myself, when you do that for the first time, it's like the most bittersweet experience. It's going to feel good and empowering. You're going to be proud of yourself, but it's going to hurt. Because it's you making the right decision for the first time. It's you choosing yourself before another person for the first time. And as liberating and amazing as that is, it is going to hurt. And that's what that's what spirit wants somebody to know. Just because it's the best decision, it's the most empowering decision, it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. And it doesn't mean that it's not going to hurt. Okay? However, even though it's not going to be easy to do, even though it's not going to feel good to do, it's going to be worth it. Okay? It's worth it. It's going to be worth it, and it's worth it. And I'm going to say it's going to be worth it for a lot of people, because maybe for some of you, you don't really see how or why that's. No, most people do see. I do feel like a lot of us that are closing out these cycles and are eclipsing this negative energy out of our lives, intuitively, we've always known, or for quite some time, we've known before we actually made a decision to leave situations alone, that it didn't serve us and it wasn't the best for us. And one thing that I had to tell myself is, despite the love that I have for my past person, I know that wasn't a good person for me, and I genuinely do not like who I am when I'm with that person. So bittersweet, but ultimately worth it in the long run. And Spirit just wants you to keep, keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. And allow whatever emotions that need to surface, okay? Allow yourself to feel what you need to feel. You can be empowered. It's okay if one day, if one day you're feeling empowered and proud of yourself, and the next day, or maybe later in that same day, you feel sad and depressed. Allow yourself to process the emotions. Allow the emotions to rise up as they come, so you can fully and completely heal from the situation. Okay? Because, it's really only up from here. I'm going to be perfectly honest. It's going to be up from here. And most of us, and I'm going to say most of us, if not the mass majority of us, the worst of our days we have already experienced. Okay. It's like a balancing of the scales. People who are due for their good karma are getting their good karma, and people who are due for their bad karma are getting their bad karma. And in a lot of situations, the reason why a lot of these situations needed to end is because you have blessings and good karma coming your way that cannot come to you because you're around somebody who's actually due for bad karma. Okay? So you can literally put your blessings on hold, on standby, or shit. In some instances, possibly even forfeit some of your blessings based off of choosing to stay in a karmic cycle versus closing it out and allowing that person to reap the karma that they're due, and allowing you to reap the karma that you're due, your good karma, the good karma that you're due for as well. Okay? But that was that channel message, and now I want to pull from this, it's called The Power of Love. I kind of want to pull from this deck just to see what Spirit wants to add on to the reading, and then I'll just close it out. It's going to be short, sweet, and simple, and I'm going to leave it there. Divine Spirit Guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection, please give me clear and accurate messages for the collective. What is it that their divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family want them to hear the most at this time? All of y'all, I don't know if anybody has ever been curious as to why I use divine ancestors, divine spirit guides versus just saying ancestors and spirit guides. I do that because, and this was something that I had to actually be aware of for myself as well. And honestly, my readings have been a lot different since I've done that. But all of our ancestors were not necessarily good people. So I like to be very specific on the specific ancestors that I'm calling on when I'm asking for advice and guidance. I don't just want to say ancestors and spirit guides because nobody said that all of our ancestors were good people. You understand? So I like to be very mindful of the words that I use when I'm calling on energy, and somebody needed to hear that as well. Okay? All right, so let's see what's going on. All right, Spirit, please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. Protect my crown chakra and open up my third eye chakra so I can dive deeper into my intuition to get further clarification of the cards that come out today. And I'm just asking and welcoming in my divine ancestors into my sacred space as I channel these messages for the collective. Thank you so much. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. All right, let's see what's going on, y'all. Okay. These happen to come out. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Be patient for the transformation that's taking place. There is a major transformation that's taking place within you. And Spirit is saying to be patient. Both of the cards that we got is transformation and patience. Okay? So it says transformation. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. A lot of us, yes, with this eclipse energy, okay? A lot of us are seeing through the illusions and the stories that we have told ourselves in regards to friendships, relationships, family members, work environments, living environments. A lot of us are finally seeing through the illusions, okay? around these particular unions and relationships. Then we have patience. You're able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm. You are able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm. Allow things to just flow as they may. Do not resist the change that is happening. Because I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, it's eclipse season. To me, I think a lot of us don't get me wrong, there are some of us who have let go because we know it was just time to let go. Some people are more stubborn than others. Honestly, I was a stubborn motherfucker. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was very, very stubborn. I had to get really hurt and beat up in the process before I finally said, I have to let this person go. Like, I cannot cry another freaking tear. I cannot be let down again. I cannot get my hopes up that, I cannot keep telling myself this story of, oh, if he just heals and he's been hurt and he's this and he's that, but he has so much potential. Honestly, potential is an illusion. To love a person based off potential is loving somebody based off of a reality that is not reality. If this person does this, they would be a great fit for me. But the reality is they are who they are today, right now. So you can't love and keep fighting for a person based off of what they can be someday, because they have to want to be it for themselves. And that's what I had to learn for myself. What kept me in my situation so long was I seen potential. He didn't show up as the person I needed him to be, or as the healed version that I need him to be. Because for me, what would happen is I start healing and working on myself, but he was very much so content on being who he was. And at some point you start to evolve past a relationship or past the person that you're in the relationship with. And at some point that situation will start to hold you back. But anywho, let's get into the textbook definition of this. I do not want to keep you all long. So we have transformation, 103. Let's find that. I do not have my glasses, so please bear with me. And I kind of don't want to have to get up and find them, but I will. Oh, here it is. Okay, collective. All right, we have transformation. Okay. So it says you use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. This lifetime is a part of the progression of your soul. The conscious thought that you are aware of right at this moment. The conscious thought that you are aware of right at this moment is forever a part of the evolution of your divine self. Just as a caterpillar eventually becomes a butterfly, you too are slowly awakening to your true birthright as a spiritual being. As you go through the awakening, others will see your light and feel your love. This soul-to-soul connection raises your vibration, allowing transformation to occur at an even quicker pace. Like attracts like, so be sure that the energy you are sending out is positive. Negative energy coming back to you will slow your growth. Okay. As you advance into this new awareness of yourself, it is very normal to have a sense of confusion and dislocation in your career, with your family, and even with yourself. The material things in your life won't carry the same emotional attachment they used to. Your relationship to yourself and others, and your understanding of your place in the universe will change. You will come to realize that just how important you are in the grand scheme of things. There are infinite numbers of souls experiencing this earth dimension at this time, and you are one of them. Your contributions matter more than you'll ever know. Yeah, so there's a part that I want to reiterate on, because I think it's very important to the channel message that I got before I even pulled the cards. It says, as you advance into this new awareness of yourself, it is very normal to have a sense of confusion and dislocation in your career, with your family, and even with yourself. The material things in your life won't carry the same emotional attachment they used to, and your relationship to yourself and others, and your understanding of your place in this universe will change. So this transformation, for a lot of us, finally finding the courage to end, these situations. And it's so good that it kind of ended how it did, because it kind of confirms what I'm saying. There's so many of us on this same timeline with this eclipse energy really closing out chapters. And we're just trying to navigate what this feeling and this new sense of self. We're transforming right now. And for a lot of us, it doesn't even make sense. But it doesn't make sense because we don't really know what's coming next. Maybe you know that you're walking into a new chapter in your life, and you don't really know what's going to be on the other side. But ultimately, you know that you're making the decision that is best fit for yourself, and it just feels different. It feels weird. This is and like, this can apply for anything. This can be love. You finally putting the love that you have for someone, putting yourself before the love that you have for someone else. If all of your life you have been used to putting people before yourself, and putting the love and other people's needs and emotions before your own, the very first time that you do that, yes, it's going to be liberating, but it's also going to feel very weird because you've never done it. If you've never had boundaries, the day that you finally start to incorporate boundaries, it is going to feel you're going to feel awkward. I don't know if awkward's the right word, but it's not going to feel comfortable for you. It's not going to be a comfortable experience because you're doing something for the first time. If you're someone who has struggled with, maybe you're somebody who feels like anytime a person pisses you off or comes at you sideways and test test your patience or your gangster, so to speak. You've always been a person has to prove to somebody that you're not a sucker and you're not somebody to be fucked with. The day that you finally say, you know what? If I can allow somebody's bad day or somebody's temper to take me out of character, then I'm actually giving this person the power to control my emotions. So I'm actually not going to feed into it, and I'm going to let them have it. I'm going to be the bigger person and let them have it. That hurts. Like, if you've never done that before, you've always been the person to have to prove somebody you're not to be messed around with. And the day you finally say, you know what, I'm going to be the bigger person. You got it. Oh, it's going to feel good that you didn't give that person that energy. It's going to feel good to do something you've maybe struggled with doing all of your life. But at the same time, it's kind of an uncomfortable experience. I've seen people who are used to popping off, and the very first time that they've had to sit and, let somebody have it, I've seen them burst out in tears, like literally cry, because they want to hurt somebody. They want to prove that they're not to be messed with, and they have to be the bigger person. I've seen people actually cry about this. So rather, whatever your situation may be, the very first time that you break a cycle, it's not going to be easy, and it is going to be uncomfortable. All right, so moving on to the next card, we have patience. But it's going to be worth it. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be the most comfortable, but it's going to be worth it. And for some, it's going to hurt, but it's going to be worth it because it doesn't serve us. Whether this is a pattern, a characteristic, a relationship, a friendship, whatever. All right, patience, 79. And you know what Spirit is saying? Be patient with yourself as you try to figure it out. It's not going to all make sense right now. You're not going to really be able to really just understand why 1 minute you're feeling proud of yourself and the next minute you're feeling sad and down in the dumps. Be patient with yourself. Damn, just that quick. Oh, hold up. It's in alphabetical order. Wish I'd have realized that much sooner. All right, so we have patience. It says, you are able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm. When you demonstrate patience, you are able to take a step back from the distractions of the physical dimension and live fully in the current moment. You are truly a divine being, and when you reside in your natural state of centeredness and calm, your perceptions and awareness are illuminated. You become painfully aware of how much precious energy can be wasted and misused in the service of fear and anxious anticipation of the future. And this is what I'm saying. There are so many people who are like 3:33 a.m. This number may be very significant, and I suggest that you look up angel number 333. 333. See what that means for you, and how that resonates with you. A lot of us are really afraid and uncomfortable with the unknown. All we know is that we close out a cycle that we really needed to close out. All we know is that we broken karmic cycles, we've broken bad habits, whatever it may be. And now we're actually transforming into a new version of ourselves, and we don't really know what that looks like. A lot of us don't know what the healed version of ourselves look like. No, a lot of us don't know what the caterpillar turning into the butterfly looks like. We just know that we're walking into that, but Spirit is saying be patient with yourself. It's all going to be worth it in the end. But anyway, all right, so you become painfully aware of how much precious energy can be wasted and misused in the service of fear and anxious anticipation of the future. Instead, as a healer, you need to take the negative energy of impatience and transmute it into joy of knowing that all things happen at the correct time. As you move through life, it may help to remember that different situations are merely opportunities for you to put the power of love into practice. And this is the love that you have for yourself that I'm hearing Spirit saying. It is challenging enough on the earth plane to understand the behind the scenes workings of this three-dimensional world, let alone trying to comprehend or control the 6th and 7th dimensions realities within the divine order. But being open to change and knowing it will occur in its own time is the highest example of patience. You learn to press the pause button on your reaction to life's upsets. Don't fast forward your life, because when you rush through it, you may miss the most significant moments. Life is not a race, it's a journey. In order to bring peace to the outside world, you first must realize patience in your inner world. Good things come to those who wait. So boom. A lot of us, this is what I heard as I read that. A lot of people just want to fast forward to the part where everything is okay, where everything makes sense, where all the work that you've put in or all of the love that you gave out comes back, where the part where it doesn't hurt anymore, the part where you do meet that right person for you, the part where you are happy and filled with joy again. A lot of us want to fast forward to that part. And Spirit is saying to just be patient. Be patient with yourself and where you are right now. A lot of people want to just fast forward past the healing. Fast forward, like, you know that you left what no longer served you in the past. Now I just want to hurry up and fast forward to the good part. And Spirit is saying no. Be patient. Allow things to transform as they may. You don't want to hurry up. What is the saying that I said? And I'm probably going to butcher it, but bear with me. The best thing, you don't want to hurry up and rush into planting something and end up with a weed versus a beautiful flower or a beautiful plant. Allow things to unfold as they're supposed to unfold. Allow yourself to process how far you come. A lot of people are not taking the time to celebrate just how far you come. And you know what it is with people, and it's so sad because I do it too. That, okay, boom. Say what you've been working towards for a long time is, I really want this job, or I really want this new house, right? Now, this is one thing amongst several other things that you want, but you finally got one of those things that you genuinely wanted. You get it. It feels good for a second. And then now it's like, but I still don't got A, B. I still don't got B, C, D, E. Like, you know what I'm saying? We immediately go to the other things that we do lack, that we completely miss the blessing that is right in front of us. And the blessing for a lot of you is really giving yourself the gratitude and celebrating yourself for just how far you've come. When you go back however many years and you think, or maybe just this time last year, where you struggled to walk away from that toxic relationship, where you were pouring energy that you just were never getting back. And you've done it for years and done it over and over and over again, expecting to getting something back that you weren't getting. And you finally said, you know what? Enough is enough. Do you understand how much power it takes to do that? There are people that are stuck in cycles for their whole life. So if you were one of the people who actually found the inner strength to look past the mental abuse, past the emotional abuse, past the maybe physical abuse for some of you, to finally say, I choose myself and enough is enough. Rather it's leaving a habit alone, to a drug or like whatever addiction, to finally say, no, I'm not gonna let this have control over me anymore. I choose myself. I have enough power. I'm finding the inner strength in myself to finally walk away and call it quits. That is a beautiful thing. And yes, there may be several other things that you want to accomplish, but please do not look over the accomplishments that you've made. Please, Spirit wants you to understand how far you've come. But this has been your message collective. I hope that this resonated. I love you all so much. And I'm really rooting for you, as I am rooting for myself, because we are all on this spiritual journey together. Shoot, all of us in the spiritual community, I'm sure people have other readers that they tune into outside of myself. We are all going through this process together. We're just using, us readers, we're just using our psychic abilities and gifts and sharing them with you all, as we're also trying to navigate through this ourselves. So, I genuinely hope that this resonated. If so, please like, comment, and subscribe. It is just a beautiful way to energetically donate back to my channel, and I genuinely appreciate it. Until next time, I love you all so much. Keep pushing through. Be patient with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Till next time.